Hello and welcome back to Pandemic Playground with Dave. So today we have another context video for you guys for the building a space station. Alright, so I'm trying to release these at least 3 to 4 time lapse in before we talk about what we've done so far with our build. So obviously it doesn't look like a lot has happened, because we have our main control station here, which is still kind of unfinished. I didn't do anything on the top, but I just left it open. And then I created the biggest garage or hangar or docking station or docking bay that I don't even really use because I have everything parked outside on top. But eventually, yes, I'm gonna build a big old hangar or a docking station for this drilling rig here. Honestly, don't even know if it works yet because I haven't fueled it up with hydrogen, I believe. There might be some, but not too much. But yeah, not much going on. We have our docking station, our docking bay. We have our cargo bay with additional stuff we added here as well. But let's just go in order of what we did so far. Alright, so we started with this little mini station as we've seen before. And it's dwindled down to little to nothing. It's soon going to be going away. And this is the hangar or the docking bay or station. So I added a little bit of a projection here, as you saw in the time lapse, and some lights just to make it more blue. And you see here it's currently opening because it is running through a sensor. So if I show you the sensor field, you see that I'm in the sensor right around here. So just for a big ship to be able to go through it, or long or lengthy ship. So once it touches the inside of the field, it starts opening up the front door and it kills the projector. And then when you get inside, the inside sensor is very, very thin. So the whole ship better be in before it starts closing, and which it does. And the projection goes back on as you see it there. And with the Warfare 2 DLC pack, the new hangar skin looks amazing with this build. Has a bit of a window so you can see outside. It's yeah, it was a unique way of building a bit of that shield barrier. It was just a wall with it was just a wall and a projection, really. It doesn't take too much out of that, and I can show you what that looks like. So the projector, so I have two of them, front and back door, whether it really is a front or back. We just took the blueprint of the wall that I created and then kept the projection on, basically. Nothing is touching it as well, so that was the key point, because if you did have anything touching it, I'm gonna kill my oxygen here, but I had nothing touching the walls because we used slope blocks for the projection. Otherwise, without the slope block, you're gonna see it kind of more solid, I guess you can call it, than have it a little more faded. Right now it's all faded, but if it was literally touching the wall, then you'll see it's going to be a little bit darker or more colored in that sense. So we didn't really want that. So we had to make it in a weird way where the corner blocks, the side blocks, all slope blocks, so it doesn't create that solidness to it. So and also so that it won't weld up the blueprint as well. The extra lighting and coloring just makes it look really cool. And like I said, it's front and back. It's the same exact thing. So we have our hangar bay there. So that was a fun build. It took a bit of time just to get the shape out of it, just to put the sensors, the lighting, the projection. But it was fun. It was a fun build. It just couldn't really figure out this part here, but it looks okay. It's a little rugged or so, but it's not too bad. I just had to find a way to pipe everything. And I do need to remove this piping here sooner or later, because this thing is smacking into the pipes a little bit. This thing about solar panels. So that was pretty much episode 4 of the space station build, and we still definitely got a lot more to go. Eventually we got up to here and started building the top layer for larger ships, but I think eventually I'm just going to remove it and create a bigger hangar or docking station for these things, because it would be nice to have them docked inside, but that's going to be a really big build, and which we're going to save for a little bit later. But the next thing we have built here is actually a nice little corridor area. Let me show you the outside first, then I'll go to the inside. So I could design this a little bit better on the outside if I wanted to. And we could use the same projections and everything for color. Or we could use neon tubes and stuff like that. But it was a basic cargo holding station. So we can store our, materials, resources, and everything like that. I created this kind of funky bridge looking like front of it just to get to the door. It looks a little funky and narrow, but it's not too bad. I think if it's a little wider, it might actually look a little bit better. So I might redo that later on. But inside is the cargos, the industrial cargo skin ones. So what I try to do was actually mimic what it looks like on the outside. So making a kind of like a big and larger cargo or large cargo design. So that's why it looks like this. But it unfortunately looks almost like the docking bay or docking station, except with this little bit of a curvature here. But yeah, that was intended just so you can see, to make it kind of look like the cargo or the large cargo containers and stuff like that. So let's go inside and see what that kind of looks like. So the whole station is airtight. So each station has its own door and everything like that as well. And of course you have these little passageways that you can see outside as well, which is pretty cool. And some of these have lights. So I did like every 5 or so have lights, which is a pretty cool addition. And then we have some of these double doors. Most of them I think I'm going to have to develop them or create them with double doors. So we reduce the, lack of oxygen. Well, in here is lack of oxygen right between because it has nothing here. But this one here, it looks like a single door. I forgot to double door this. But here we go. Right inside is our cargo containers. So you'll see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these cargo containers here. We probably need more. But as you see here, the curvatures or the angles or edges, I try to mimic that a little bit and try to mimic this whole entire thing, but fail to kind of make it look like this. But the outside was supposed to look like this, and I still need to design a little bit more. So then we can add probably beams to kind of mimic the industrial large cargo containers here. But the outer shape, that's exactly what I was trying to do here. Put an edge here, put an edge right here in the middle to curve it back out. We could have made it taller to make it look better, but as you see here, this is kind of right in the middle of where it is. So that's what that design really was. It's not the best design, but it kind of works out okay. So yeah, so this is all our cargo containers. There's a chance that we may need more, so maybe I'll just double up the size of this thing and connect it from there. So it has all the tubing. We're tubing them pretty much to the outside right here, and then to the other side on this side, as you see here, along with on the bottom. So on the bottom, that's where we're connected to every little thing. Unfortunately, a lot of these are not double doored right now, but they will be. So the bottom is the piping, and it has some of the build and repair nanobots here just to build it out. I could probably remove some of these anyways, but we'll leave it for now. And the piping, we could either leave it like this, or we could just kind of bring it up here and glide along this pathway, which might be something I want to do. But the cargo container wasn't too bad to make. Again, it's just trying to mimic that design, but didn't work out very, very good. But of course, we can color it and kind of put some venting on here to make it look better too. The next piece we did during our make of our cargo ship was actually put in a lot of refineries with mods, and I put mostly speed mods currently because I don't have any gold. And there's so many refineries here. I think 1, 2, 3, 4 different refineries with all speed mods right here, and that's gonna help us generate more things quickly, like especially stone, even iron, and whatever else we pick up from the mining. And of course, with that, we just want to add some assemblers. So we added not just some, but a good amount of assemblers here. So I try to match the same length of the refineries. I think I made it a little bit too far out, just a tiny bit, maybe not. And the outer shell is the beams with a little bit of spikes looking like things, and that's just for design. And it definitely needs more color, but we'll deal with that later. And yeah, the design itself of the refinery and the assembler It's totally different, which is on purpose. I didn't want to mimic left and right side exactly as it is. Kind of didn't want to add a separate station for assemblers and refineries right now. I think I should eventually do that, but I just thought it looked a little bit nicer, or a bit of a change to have them sitting right outside of the cargo station instead. While I'm here, I'm just going to add a few more of these beams just to make it look nice. Right, so that's pretty much it for the last few episodes of the building a space station. So the next big item was this, pretty much a mining ship or station or cargo station. I don't know, I mean, it's cargo ship. Not sure exactly what I'm going to call it. But the intention here was to make a small little mining ship, which is this thing here, which looks a little crazy. And what I wanted it to do is actually be able to connect to these cargo containers, so we can bring it with us when we mine like the stone here, or mine for any other materials like ice. We definitely need ice, or anything other than that. But the problem here now is that once I connect into this container, I don't know if it's gonna fly. That's one thing. It probably will, hopefully. And I just noticed something as well. This guy is gonna burn the cargo container down, so that's not gonna be good. So we gotta find a different spot for that. And I think actually a lot of these are gonna burn down the cargo containers. I didn't actually think that one through actually. So we're probably gonna have to put the backward thrusters right here, or connect it right around here, so that gives more space, so that we don't burn anything down. So these are about 2 blocks, 3 blocks. This is going to be 1, 2, yeah. So we definitely need to put it right around here, so that we don't burn down these cargoes when we grab them from the back here. And this one, well, we probably don't need that many forward thrusters. We can double them up here. We could put 4, 2 on each side instead. I think our front thrust, yeah, we only have 2 backward thrusters, and we only have 3 forward thrusters. So we can do 4 forward thrusters if we really need to, but I think 2 or 3 is going to be more than enough for what it is. These are hydrogen thrusters, so it's going to work fairly okay. Looks like we have a big problem here, and that is we are lacking power. Why? Well, obviously because we only have solar power, or solar. We're only collecting solar power, and it's collecting decently, but we need a lot more. So we probably need to make more solar panels somewhere else, and to have it controlled to get more power, or definitely get some more ice. Once we get more ice, we can have a lot more hydrogen, and we can store them, because we will have to make a hydrogen farm as well, or storage containers. So the point of the bigger piece, this whole big ship here, it was going to be controlled by the mining ship, or maybe not. I don't know yet. But I wanted to bring this. Let's just say this is going to be like 10 kilometers away for the ice. I was hoping to bring this whole thing with us, drop it off by the ice asteroid, hop onto this miner, grab the ice as much as we can, with one of these cargo containers attached as well, and then get this to max potential, or max, fill it up with ice, and then drop it off to the station, grab the next one, mine again, drop off in the station, and then fly back with all the ice that we have. So that was the intention there. Probably not the best way to go about it. Might as well just make a big old ship and do it. But that was something I was trying to think about in testing, in kind of trying out. Never really done it that way, so I wanted to play around with it a little bit more too. And once we get back to the station, I was actually going to make some kind of like service area for the ship here, that big ship, to be kind of parked here, and then create some crane arms or magnetic arms or whatever you want to call it, to grab the cargo containers and then plug them into the connectors that we're gonna build on top. So that was kind of the idea there. Haven't tested it out yet, to be honest. I honestly don't even know if this thing at full capacity is gonna be able to fly. So that's another thing. It does have 2 gyroscopes, I believe, or 1. I think actually 1. Yeah, this one has 1 gyroscope, which should be more than enough at full capacity. The ship itself, the larger one, has 2, which is probably not enough. And I don't even know if we have enough thrusters for the bigger ship at full capacity, but we're gonna definitely test it out. I think what we can do for fun is at the back here, we could lift it up a little bit, put like a cargo station or the bridge right here, so we can sit in the very back and fly it. I think I might want to do that because it's gonna look cool that way. But yeah, again, I haven't tested it out yet. It's just a theory or something I had in mind and trying out to see if it can work. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, we're just gonna have to troubleshoot and kind of fix it and play around with it. But yeah, so the next episode may not be getting this for the flight test just yet, because we have no hydrogen in here, as you see. These tanks are completely empty for the most part. I don't even think there's anything in there. Oh, there's a little bit, not too much at all. We need ice, so I mean, if we can find a way to fill up this one with hydrogen and batteries, then yeah, we'll get some ice along with a cargo. But other than that, I think we're just gonna build a ton of other stuff, different stations. I think we need a hydrogen tank station. I don't know which one I want to use. So there's the 2 different kinds that we have. We have the more cylinder one versus the sphere one. Both have its merit. Maybe we could do a combination of both. Who knows? And we could put that somewhere as well. So we could definitely extend it this way because I already have an entrance way for anything else. We can always go up and down as well, because we don't have too much in that case, or in that front. We are going to utilize a lot of space here. We're not going to just, just be very horizontal. We're going to use some upward space, downward space, and everything like that. And I think the hydrogen farm area likely will be towards the back of this cargo station. And then eventually, I also need to make some kind of power station, whether it's all batteries, hydrogen engines, or a lot more solar panels, because yeah, we're lacking a lot of power here. And if you get close enough, you're gonna hear it kind of clicking, going on and off with the refineries and stuff, as you see here there. So that's always interesting. But yeah, that's what we got so far. Hope you guys enjoyed the context video of pretty much video 4, 5, and 6. So I guess you'll hear from me next time when we get to probably 9 or 10. Alright, so if you have any questions or you want to drop a comment down below, please do so. And of course, hit that thumbs up, like the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.